Hello, and welcome to the 2015 Cardinal Otter Debates. I am Susan Millsap, Professor of Communication here at Otterbein University and Director of Debate, and I'm very happy that you can join us for this exciting debate. Tonight, arguing for the Otter, we have Senior Communication Studies major Rease Johnson. Arguing and defending the Cardinal is Junior Communication Studies major Jessica Hinkel. Our judges for this evening are Vice President for Student Affairs Bob Gaddy, the Director of Athletics Dawn Stewart, Associate Director of the Center of Student Involvement Colette Masterson, and student Senior Public Relations major Sean Feverston, and Junior PR major and Women's Gender and Sexuality minor Courtney Kilmer. The debate will take the following format. Rease will speak first for 5 minutes, constructing his argument for the Otter. There will then be 2 minutes of cross-examination. Jessica will then speak for 6 minutes, constructing her argument to maintain the Cardinal. And again, 2 minutes of cross-examination. Then Rease will have a 3-minute rebuttal. Jessica will then have a 3-minute rebuttal, and Rease will then get a 1-minute summation speech at the end. I will be keeping time for the debaters here in front. This should be an enjoyable, fun debate. Judges, are you ready? Debaters? Yep. Rease?
Hello everyone, my name is Rease Johnson and I am a senior communications major. We are gathered here today to talk about why Otto, the Otter, should be Otterbein University's new mascot. What is a mascot, you ask? A mascot is a symbol that represents an institution of learning. It is easily one of the most identifiable things that represents a school. Otterbein's current mascot is the Cardinal. But wait, you mean it isn't the Otterbein Otters, like the Muskingum Muskies? No, it is the Otterbein, wait for it, Cardinals. The alliteration of the Otterbein Cardinals is so awkward compared to the phrase Otterbein Otters, which flows in like smooth butter. The Otterbein Otters is a lot more of a memorable phrase than the Otterbein Cardinals. So let's talk about how many teams in America use the Cardinal as their mascot. There are 102 professional teams, 30 universities, and 411 high school teams. This data was collected from mascotdatabase.com. That is a total of 543 teams, which makes Otterbein look pretty unoriginal. But let's talk about the Otter. How many teams in this country have an Otter as their mascot? There's 1 professional hockey team, 1 professional baseball team, 1 university, and 5 high school teams in America that claim the Otter as their mascot. This data was also collected from mascotdatabase.com. That makes a total of 8 teams. That's pretty unique compared to the Cardinal. If Otterbein is all for being original and unique, why do we have the 11th most common mascot in the country? Shouldn't we have a mascot that is unique as us? I think we should. We are not some ordinary four-year university. This is Otterbein. So, Rease, you ask yourselves, what makes otters so special? Well, first off, otters are cute. Cute? Why would we want a cute mascot? Well, otters would look great in apparel form, especially stuffed animals. I would much rather give a stuffed otter to a child than a stuffed bird. Not only are otters cute, but they are also slippery, smart, and fierce when they need to be. They have strong bodies and powerful tails. Otters are pretty good at running, and they're amazing swimmers. They are very skilled, versatile animals. These attributes of the otter were found on animals.nationalgeographic.com. A skilled, versatile otter sounds a lot more threatening than a small red bird. When I think of a cardinal, I don't think cute or smart or fierce or powerful. I think of a red bird that sits on a branch and tweets. Otto fulfills the role as a mascot for Otterbein because Otto can be put on apparel, he can represent the university, and unite the student body. There is some speculations and fallacies about us being the Otterbein Cardinals. When the questions of this debate came around, people were like, oh, is the school officially changing their mascot? Because I would really like an otter. And when I heard that, it struck me as, wow, like there's a lot of dissonance on this campus of whether we should really be the Cardinals or the Otters. So I would say, there is a lot of hype, and, it's interesting to see how excited the students were that we could possibly finally be the Otterbein Otters. So if that doesn't unify the student body, then I don't really know what does. So remember, friends, where we stand matters, so let's stand with Otto the Otter. Thank you.
Hi, Rease.
Hello.
Alrighty, so your first claim is that we are not unique, correct?
Correct.
So are you claiming that we are exactly like every other university that has Cardinal?
Not necessarily, but it definitely shows that we have a very commonality between us and other universities.
And so us and let's say the Louisville Cardinals, do they have Cardi, the Cardinal, who is our specific mascot?
No.
No. Also, you're saying the alliteration is like the muskies?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what a muskie is?
It's a fanged fish.
And that makes them memorable?
Well, the alliteration is aesthetically pleasing and memorable.
But aesthetics mean the visuals, not the sounding, correct?
Fair point.
So all of these are like very good ideas of why we should have an otter, but what's your plan? What money is this coming from that we're getting the cute little stuffed animals?
I had not thought about that.
And what connection do we have to Otter other than the first 5 letters of our name?
Well, like the Cardinal, otters do reside in the state of Ohio, but other than that, not much.
Do you have the evidence to say they reside in Ohio?
Yes, from animals.nationalgeographic.com.
.com. Okay, I'm good. Hi, judges. The idea of mascots is riddled through our history, whether that is through our favorite sports teams or our beloved universities. Throughout our lives, we associate ourselves with our mascots. I was a Blackhawk, a Bobcat, and now I'm a Cardinal. The affiliation that is integrated in human beings of mascots is brought up at a very young age. However, have we ever stopped to think about the history and meaning behind our mascots? As many of us know, Otterbein was founded in 1847 by Philip Otterbein. Our university has continued to grow and prosper, but it is time that we look back and see when we first became affiliated with a Cardinal and not an Otter. In an article from 1997, a local newspaper that has now since been archived here at Otterbein stated that we became first affiliated with the Cardinals back in the 1940s. This was said to deviate from our colors being the tan and cardinal. In an interview-based article in the 2000s, Joanne Van Sant, a dean of students who has been at Otterbein since the 48, said, "An Otterbein mascot would be disrespectful to the memory of Philip Otterbein." Van Sant also has been with the Cardinals since the sporting teams back in 48 first became affiliated with the sports team. However, it goes deeper than a sports level, but into a religious affiliation. Philip Otterbein was the founder of United Brethren in Christ, which later merged to become the United Methodist Church. This religion is still something that we have an affiliation with today. The ministry is also referred to as the Redbird Ministry, and it has a connection to the Cardinal. The Cardinal is a beloved symbol of this religion, and it is its missionary's logo as well. To throw away the Cardinal and to pick up the Otter would be throwing away a blessed piece of our founder and picking up something new. Although the Cardinal serves on a sports and religious level, it also serves as a large monetary meaning as well. In 2005, the Cardinals officially became our mascot in the university's effort to brand. The university hired Salvetto Co. and Gaber, a local design company firm, to brand the university as the Cardinal. We have since trademarked the logo and Cardi, and we have continued to capitalize and merchandise and profit from Cardi. If we were to change from the Cardinal to an Otter, the cost of rebranding would be insurmountable. We have capitalized and profited from Cardi. Just in this past year, Otterbein spent $2 million on our new turf football field. And who is found at center field? Cardi. The amount of merchandise, jerseys, sportswear, and academic notebooks with Cardi on it is astounding. Simply walking into our bookstore, we are surrounded by our trusted mascot. If we were to rebrand and change to an otter, the cost would be more than losing a beloved mascot. Just this July of 2015, the News Gazette published an article about the University of Illinois. They are planning to rebrand. They are paying a local consultant $550,000 to develop just a branding plan. This isn't even the cost of carrying out this plan. Similarly, a local Oklahoma City high school is changing their mascot and anticipates paying $230,000 just for sports. Now, these are two different situations, and they are in these schools are in the place of rebranding. However, Otterbein is not. Recently, like Rease said, we released a campaign, Where We Stand Matters, and it does. However, this is a historic and groundbreaking campaign that will cost $50 million. However, in this campaign, Otterbein does not plan to change the mascot. This campaign will continue to grow Otterbein University and propel us forward without the cost of rebranding and losing our beloved mascot. Finally, Cardi the Cardinal serves us on another level, the level of home. Otterbein University is located, as we know, in sunny suburban Westerville, Ohio. While Westerville is a beautiful place to live, it is not always sunny. The majority of students spend their time here in the frigid cold of winter. Campus then turns into a tundra of snow and ice. However, you do not see an otter bearing the cold on your way to class, but you do see a cardinal. Cardinals are some of the few birds that do not migrate to the south. According to the National Geographic, in recent years, cardinals have expanded their range up to the northern parts of the United States and even parts of Canada. Now, this is not the case for the otters. According to the National Wildlife Federation, unlike other marine mammals, the seal, like the seal or the sea lion, otters do not have something called blubber. This blubber is what keeps other mammals warm. So they do have other ways of dealing with cold, but they are much likely more found in a more temperate location, which is not Ohio. Why would we pick a mascot that does not share the struggles that we have of winter? Cardi the Cardinal has stood as strong for Otterbein University as a model of our colors, our religious affiliation, character, sports teams, brand, struggle through hard weather, and so much more. We cannot get rid of Cardi because he has represented our university for years and is a trademark of our memories here. I will forever be a Cardinal. Oh, sorry.
Hi, Jess.
Hi, Rease.
So my first question for you is, why do you think we should be the Cardinals, which is Ohio's state bird, if we're not the state school? Is Otterbein the state school of Ohio?
It is not, but it does reside in Ohio, so that's where we are.
So you brought up a point about our founder, Mr. Otterbein, and you said that that would be disrespectful to his name, but Otter sounds a lot more like our founder's name, and wouldn't that remind you more of his name than a cardinal?
It would actually be mocking it. I know in past, people would affiliate us with the otter, and it actually became a taunt from the Capital University. We don't want Capital taunting us for being an otter, do we?
And you talked about profits. Could we not profit from Otto?
Right now, no. We are working on spending and rebranding in another way that would cost us $50 million. We don't have the money to buy these cute mammals, stuffed animals.
No further questions. Okay, so I guess I'm going to start on Jess's last point about the winter. Well, it was a very interesting point. Otters are active during the winter. Yes, you will not see them around, but we also don't have a giant body of water running through our university. So it's quite different than seeing a bird flying around campus, but they are active during the winter. I do believe that we could profit from Otto. I think any school could profit off of any mascot. You just have to take the chance. And if we are trying to, start this Where We Stand Matters campaign, why not just change the mascot in there? Talking about the field, it is pretty easy to change logos on the field. If you've ever seen a professional sports game, they always add things for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, or, they even can change basketball wood for the NCAA tournament. So that's not that hard to change. I thoroughly believe that Cardi does have a stance within Otterbein, but I think that tradition can also be changed. Tradition is important, yes, but you can change tradition and it's still a tradition. Just because you change the tradition does not make it a tradition anymore. So our new tradition could be the Otterbein Otters. Not to say that Cardi was not a good enough mascot, but in the turn of the century, being 2015 and pretty early, we could just change the Otter to the Otterbein Otters and have Otto as our plucky, cute, fierce mascot for our university. Thank you.
Here at Otterbein, we stand for so much more than just our mascot. We stand for many different reasons for each student. A mascot doesn't just represent that, so we are extremely unique, and no other Cardinal has Cardi. Cardi holds a special place in our heart, and yes, it is tradition, and the point of tradition is to link us together and to hold us as a bond together. We have an incredible alumni group of amazing alumni who hold together and create the bond between Cardi and the current students. If we were to change from Cardi to an Otter, it would draw a line between previous alumni and current students, and we don't want that. It would be disrespectful to our history, and we are such an historic and loving school. Cardi has stand for a long time, and it would help us further our growth. Where we stand does matter, and we stand with Cardi. Although there would be small changes that would be doable, not now. If we are standing and we are spending $50 million on a wonderful campaign that will further us into the future, we don't need a fluffy little animal. We need the strong bird of a cardinal to fly us through the air and fly us through this campaign. Fly us through those hard winters. And I don't think we're going to see a otter in Alum Creek anytime soon.
I would like to thank you all for joining us for this debate. I'd like to thank the judges. I would like to thank you all watching and listening, and I would like to thank those of you who joined us today in the studio. To reiterate, I think Otto would be a great representation of the new face of Otterbein. I think a change would be great because changes aren't always bad. Some people assume that they are, but I think this would be a good change for the better. I do think that it could present some problems, but in my personal opinion, I think the pros outweigh the cons. Just remember that we as an institution could be joined together as the Otterbein Otters and shatter the dissonance of not being the Otterbein Otters, but being the Otterbein Cardinals. Still doesn't flow as well. But I would once again like to thank you all for coming out. Remember, vote for Otto. Just do it!
Thank you all very much. I would like to take a moment to also thank our judges as well as our debaters. I want to thank Evelyn Davis Walker in the art department who designed the promotional materials for this debate because I thought they were wonderful and appreciate it. I would like to thank Otterbein TV and WOBN for carrying this debate and broadcasting it live. And now it's time for a decision. Judges, are you ready to show how it is that you're voting on this debate between the Otter or Cardi the Cardinal? Please hold up the card that you feel best represents your decision. And we have a 5-0 decision for Cardi. Thank you all very much.